Hello, everybody, and welcome to the podcast. I'm your host, XJooJee, and today I'm joined with
Crybaby Snow,
Octa,
Sneaky Prawn,
Zero.
And today we're going to start with the highlighted comment from last week's podcast, which was from Iblis, and it said, "Awesome episode, man, but I can't believe none of you mentioned Red Dead Redemption 2 as Game of the Year contender. I actually have a bet on with my mate. He's chosen God of War. I chose Red Dead when he gets a bottle of Kraken. Best of luck on your bet, my dude. But what do you guys think about Red Dead being Game of the Year?"
I never played the first one, to be honest. I've heard nothing but good, and I expect really good from this game. But it's just... like, all the Sony exclusives are awesome. But I spent $3,000 on a computer. I'm not going to just plug my...
Is it Sony exclusive?
Yeah, it is. Oh, it's not coming to PC.
No, it's timed exclusive. So it's going to come out on PlayStation like 3 weeks or a month before it comes onto Xbox. It will come to PC, but it's not going to be for a while.
Confirmed that it's not. I thought it was just
I
PC.
thought it wasn't coming.
I'm sure it will. I'm sure.
Well, the first one still hasn't.
No,
I think
it did, but not for a really long time.
Well, it's like the same thing they did with Grand Theft Auto.
Correct.
Right? Oh, that was like 6 months.
Yeah.
Oh, that was like a year.
It was a long time. But I think was this Iblis?
Iblis, yeah.
I think your money's safe, Iblis. You've got my vote. I read this comment actually, and I was like, "Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. I can't believe I didn't talk about this." We got to talk about Game of the Year and stuff like that. But for me, I'm actually like, I'm all in on Red Dead. I don't know why it didn't come to me the first time. The first one is so good. It's Rockstar, and it's like, this one looks incredible. I don't know if you guys have watched like the videos they've been putting out, all the details. Someone told me the other day that there's like the lines of dialogue are 5 times more than Fallout 4. Like the amount of stuff that is in this game. Like there was like a video where they're like, oh yeah, the weather impacts how like low your horse's dick hangs. And stuff. Like,
if it's colder, the balls are like up.
This game's gonna be.
What?
Wait, no, are you not kidding?
I have heard
It's
that.
serious.
The horse's balls have
That's
pre-made
the level
physics.
of detail that they're putting into this game.
Kind of fucked up.
That's
but I love it.
insane.
Yeah.
So,
That was someone's job to do
Fairies
that.
all around the world are happy as fuck right now.
They're so annoying.
this game's really flown under the radar for me
Same.
this year. Well, that being said, so did a lot of games. Like the new Assassin's Creed Odyssey
I've heard nothing but
completely
good.
flew under the radar for me.
It's because
And
it's
then-
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I've never liked an Assassin's Creed before. And then it came out and I was like, oh, okay, it's out. That exists. Sweet. And I picked it up a few days later just because why the fuck not? I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's fucking incredible. It's it's a lot of fun. And yeah, it's just like, so I'm not keen for Red Dead because it's just completely flown under my radar. But I can guarantee it's going to be something that I'll pick up and then just love.
Yeah.
When does it
Yeah,
come out?
absolutely love.
Like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty
October
soon.
26th. What's the date now? The 18th.
I've had it on my mind like a
Week and a
lot
half.
because it's been a thing for me going forward with like a lot. I talk about this a lot now. With, like the games I get to play now are really impacted by like 2 factors: what I can stream and what I can play on my Switch when my girlfriend's asleep. Like that's the 2 games I get to play, honestly. Because if I play stuff and I'm not streaming it, I'm now at a point of streaming where I'm like, this is a waste. Like if I'm playing a game by myself, I'm like, this is content. Someone would be watching
I
this.
absolutely agree. It's really hard to play a game that you can't stream. I'm just like, why am I doing this? Like, there feels like so much less of a point, which sucks because like it's gaming and you should just enjoy it anyway. And I'll probably get to that point again eventually. It's just because you like being so new to putting effort towards streaming.
Yeah.
You go to play something like the new Black Ops out, just doesn't like my whole computer crashes if I try and stream while playing it. And it annoys the shit out of me because I'd love to stream that. I'd love to just stream like me doing zombies for 4 hours, even just on my own.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that. But it just crashes and it's just like...
Yeah.
I don't think you necessarily have lost the love of playing video games by yourself. I think you just realize that there's so much more that it can be.
Correct.
Because you can play this single player game by yourself in your room with the lights off or whatever, and you'll have your own experience. But if you play it on stream in your room with the lights off, at least you can talk to some weeb about it, you know?
Yeah. It's a whole different experience.
And so like it's been on my mind for a lot because now like I just recently sold my Xbox. I've only got my PC now, but before that I had my PC, I had my Xbox, and I was like, well, Red Dead, I'm dying to play it. I can't wait to play it, but it comes out on PlayStation a month early. By the time it gets to Xbox, no one's gonna give a shit on Twitch anymore, so like I can't. And then I'm like, well, then I can't even bother playing it because no one's gonna watch it. So then I'm just gonna miss it. By the time it comes to PC, God knows when I'll be onto whatever's next. And like thank God, you guys are like, oh, you can borrow my PlayStation, because now I'm like, oh, now I actually get to fucking play it. Like I'm so excited. Oh yeah, but I honestly think that I've changed my vote retroactively. Red Dead, that's my vote going forward.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. Like, it's completely gone under the radar, and I know absolutely nothing about it, but I'll play it.
Yeah, the only thing I saw about it was the first release trailer, or like their teaser trailer, like a year ago, and I got so hyped for it, and I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. I didn't think about the game again until
now
today, when we were like, no one talked about Red Dead. I was like, oh, yeah,
Dude,
that's a game.
How long's it been on the scene? How long have we known that Red Dead Redemption 2
It's been a while.
It's
quite a while.
Oh, they
2016.
originally teased it, like 2016, ages ago.
Now I'm telling you, go home and just watch some of the content videos that Rockstar's put out about it. Watch they have like a Meet the Factions video and like something. Watch some of that stuff, and it's like impossible not to get hyped for it. It
That's
looks
cool. Yeah,
so
I'm gonna have to do
sick.
that.
Did you fellas play Red Dead 1?
Yeah.
I never did.
Neither did I. I watched some other people play it, and what was the zombie mode that was DLC?
Someone said that was
Nightmare.
awesome.
I heard that was really good.
Fantastic.
Wasn't it like a whole separate disc that you could get?
It's like a whole separate game.
Yeah.
It was on a separate disc.
turns
Like
out
you go to EB Games and like you can get Red Dead Redemption, and then you can get just the zombie one. I have like different cover art and everything.
Yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure you could eventually get them in a pack as well.
The first one's incredible. One of the best stories I've played, and I know that's something we talked about last week with like games like Fallout 4 and how much does the story impact as opposed to the gameplay. Red Dead is one of those stories. Like I remember just like the ending, and I'm just like,
I know the
not gonna
ending.
clap.
I've seen
I'm
the
not gonna
ending,
clap.
and I know Red Dead Redemption 2 is a prequel story wise.
yeah.
But
Is it
yeah,
to the first one?
yeah. Well, because
I think they're.
It wouldn't
I
make
actually
That's
think.
interesting.
No, I think they're actually based around the same
are they?
time.
Oh,
It's still about like the
I just know
frontier
what-
coming to an end. No,
I just know it wasn't a direct sequel because of the way it ends.
I'm pretty sure they're just different characters.
Okay.
It's
Then
just a
don't
different story. So I'm sure there'll be parts where you see characters who were in the first one, but it's all about like the frontier coming to an end, and you're these dudes who you've lived your whole life as like a rogue, a cowboy, doing whatever you need to stuff, and that
almost
yeah.
no more.
correct.
Yeah,
All of a sudden
it's the
trains
end. It's the
start
end of the Wild
coming.
West. Is supposed to be the game.
And it's like, how do you fit into this new society when you've lived your whole life like this? And I think the new one's going to be sort of the same. But
That's cool.
Yeah.
oh, I'm hyped.
That's cool. Speaking around things coming out at the end of this month, we've got the Fallout 4 beta.
Fallout 76.
76.
Yeah, that one.
That one.
Fallout 76 beta.
The one thing I'm
Can't
worried
see.
about that is that the beta is not out yet, and the game's out in like a month.
Is the beta open, or do you have to like sign up?
You have
for
to
a key?
pre-order.
Yeah,
You have to pre-order to get guaranteed beta access. Is how they worded it.
I don't
So
know.
I think you can get beta access without pre-order, but you're just not guaranteed.
It might be up to like a specs thing. I think when I was looking up to sign up, they wanted to scan your computer to see your specs.
Okay.
So they probably want like top of the range
Top of the
shit.
range.
Not necessarily. What they'll want to do is they want to test it on a range.
Ah, true.
That does make
so that they
That
can,
makes more sense,
So that
yeah.
they can,
'Cause, like,
so
WoW
they can
does that.
drop. So that they can drop the minimum specs and the recommended specs, so that it looks more appealing to more people.
I don't think the specs are going to be too high because it's just Fallout 4 redone.
I was like
Apparently
not.
Oh, sorry.
So I was just saying, I was like not overly hyped for it. Like I've played every Fallout game. I love Fallout, and when they announced it, I was like,
I
it doesn't
haven't
sound
played
like-
any Fallout game, and I'm really
Dude, it
excited
was
for
just
it.
Take Me Home Country Roads that fucking got us all hyped, or got me hyped as fuck. I was like,
I just there was just something about the way they worded it. Like I just saw it, and I think I had just played Conan Exiles, and I'd played some of those games, and I was like, is it just gonna be that?
Yeah.
Is it just gonna be Rust with Fallout skins?
That's-
That's what sort of put me off. But then I read a really good article recently. I think it might have been Kotaku. I don't know if I've got that wrong, but it was just said, it was this article, and the headline was just Fallout 76 is way like lonelier a multiplayer game than I thought.
Yeah,
or something like that.
yeah,
And
that's the one I linked to
that
you guys.
single article raised my hype.
They-
infinitely.
Yeah, like I read it. Like I don't know if it was the exact same post, but they got like a hands-on for the game for 3 hours, and they talked about like every aspect and all that. And there were a couple things that I was a bit like about, but there's a couple things about every game that I'm like, But everything else, I was like, they've got nothing but positive things to say. Like it works out. It doesn't feel like you're playing Rust. It feels like you're playing a Fallout game. The only weird thing is that like some NPCs aren't really around, but you get as many missions through terminals and finding areas and through voice recording, so it doesn't like I don't think I'm gonna notice that much that there's not NPCs because most of the time I'm sitting there like, yeah, come on, hurry up. I really don't care about your dead kid.
Are there no NPCs or very few?
There's apparently the only humans you'll see in the game are other people playing, but there might be NPCs of like
the
ghouls
stuff,
or robots or like.
But I haven't
seen
any
any
footage
footage
with the story of Vault 76 though, right?
Yeah, because when you're coming out of Vault 76, that's the first vault to open.
Yeah.
So everyone coming out. Yeah, it makes sense lore wise, and I never really understood why everyone seems to be so like. If you go on Facebook and read any comment section where they're talking about Fallout 76, it's just a bunch of autistic people screaming about how they don't want this game to exist and they can't believe they've made Fallout multiplayer.
That's just like...
But the game's not...
Yeah, social media.
You're right.
The stupidest people have like the loudest voice on those
you're right.
So,
It's
like...
because they're just so passionate about being stupid.
They've been doing it for years.
I was reading through all these comments about it and like, because I'm pretty hyped for the game. Like, even if it's not as good as Fallout 4, I'm still going to have a lot of fun playing it. I still platinumed Fallout 4. I still put probably 200 hours into that game. Even though the story was pretty crap. Still loved it.
Yeah.
But I was reading through all these comments and I was genuinely getting triggered. I'm like, the game's not fucking out. And you're telling people that they're a virgin for playing this game. What the fuck comment is that? I'm clicking on these people's profiles. I'm like, you're a 45-year-old man calling people virgins over a game that is not out yet. What the fuck is going on?
He's going back to display pictures in 2014. Like,
you've been old for ages. I was so triggered. I'm messaging them too. I'm at work angry. Had to walk away from the kids because I was not suitably emotional enough to be around children. I was like, Shirley, I need to go fucking sit in the room for a minute. That's my boss's. Yeah.
I imagine that being like a small.
Oh no,
girl.
No, I was like to my boss. I'm like,
Not now, Shirley.
That's not a name.
Shut up!
That's not a name that you want in childcare.
No.
Yeah, shout out to Shirley though.
Yeah, shout out to Shirley.
Yeah, she gave me some time. She was like, go sit in the room for 5 minutes. She's like, why are you mad? I'm like, don't.
I want to talk about it, Shirley. Don't bring this shit
One
up.
of the things that I'm most curious about that is whether it's going to be cross-platform. That's something that I'm like really
I
curious
think
about.
they said they won't be, but
With all this cross-platform shit going on at the moment, and now that Sony's just decided to play ball,
Yeah.
it'd kind of be rude not to.
I think it was because the game's already been in development for so long, and it's basically it's done.
Yeah.
It'd be done at this point. They're just stress testing it, making sure the servers are okay because Bethesda really need to fucking do that. And like by the time Sony was like, all right, we'll do it, and we're gonna try and make everything that's coming out cross-platform, the game's done, and you can't really just be like, oh, okay, now it's going to go on everything and just be fine. Like, they're completely different things. They would have needed months and months of knowledge in advance before it became cross-platform.
Yeah, I just wonder if like now again having sold my Xbox, like most of my friends forever have played on console. I've always played on console for the last couple of years, except. So I'm just like, am I gonna get to play with you guys? No, yes.
Yeah, I'm at the point where I'm just trying to get all my friends that are on console. I'm like, just buy a PC, you fucking loser.
I'm trying real hard to convert now.
I've convinced most of my friends. Like my mate Adam moved to Canada, and he was like, all right, I don't have the money to do it here because I get paid on tips. I'm like, all right, fair enough. But he's like, as soon as I get back, as soon as I'm getting that fucking $30 an hour, I'm gonna have a PC in a week. I'm like.
It's going back. I thought it was just...
No, he has to come back. His visa runs out.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
You can't just hightail it to another country. That's
No.
right. This isn't the 40s.
I mean, you can
2-year
just
working
run
holiday visa.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Another thing about that article that you were talking about before about Fallout 76, they mentioned a mode called Hunter and Hunted or something like that, and
That's just the whole PvP mode. PvP is not a thing unless you have that mode turned on.
Wait,
really,
Which
I'm
really
pretty
like.
you can
We're still on just 76, right?
Yeah,
Is it
76.
PvP mode?
Yeah,
I
so
think it's something
I'm pretty sure
turn
you
on
can
and
just
off.
walk up to a person and start shooting them. I'm pretty sure you can. But
Oh no, you're right. And
This
if
is a-
they don't shoot back or attack you back or anything, you become like a blip on the map so everyone can see you. So
Okay.
that you're seen as like a piece
An
of shit that
aggressor.
everyone's gonna hunt.
yeah, but
Yeah,
so
and
there's-
then you get like some sort of reward
You
for
get-
getting someone
yeah,
that's
Yeah, you get like heaps of caps for killing someone.
That's
Yeah.
Crazy.
But yeah, so there's this hunter/hunted mode, and you can activate it through your Pip-Boy, and it's kind of like an assassination thing. So you can track someone in the game through this hunter versus hunted mode, and I'm pretty sure they can see that they're being hunted.
Yeah.
Type deal, and you can go through the game and just hunt motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So
I thought it was a really
but
cool idea.
that's
you
sick.
said you can't kill them unless they shoot at you or some shit.
Nah.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure you need to sign up.
Oh,
for
you got to
this.
turn
So
it.
you need to
yeah,
be
okay,
in this
gotcha.
hunted mode, and you can go hunt people, and you can be like, on a hunting some motherfucker, and then it just comes up being like, oh, now I'm being hunted.
Yeah.
also.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'm not sure exactly how it works. I'm
Obviously, the
played
game's not out
game.
yet.
You,
Yeah.
you might get bonuses from like killing things and all that, because like World of Warcraft has the same thing where you can turn on.
Is that the
like
war mode?
Yeah,
The new
you
one?
turn on like they got rid of like having PvP servers and normal servers. It's just you can have war mode on, and if you got war mode on, you can get killed by any characters of the other faction.
That also have war mode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wait, did all of you play WoW?
Yeah.
I didn't play WoW. You didn't play either.
I think I've played a total of maybe 20 minutes of WoW.
Are you guys
I've
The
I've
Horde
played
or
about
the
1600
Horde?
hours. Horde.
okay? Sick.
I'll jump over the table at anyone that's the alliance.
I'm gonna fucking make an account, become the alliance, just to make
I'm
you
gonna
do
jump
that.
over the table. There's a table right here. Don't set me up.
Next
Don't
week,
set me up.
next,
I will go buck
next
wild.
fortnight you come over to set up and we're like 45 minutes
For
into
the
it, like,
alliance.
Well, we had an alliance guild. We had an alliance guild for about an hour. We're like, oh, we are dominating the Horde side. Let's see if we can like spread out a little bit. We'll take on the alliance as well. We'll get it from the inside, and we made alliance characters. We had them for like an hour. I was like, oh, this is.
We deleted them.
And really quickly, what was the alliance guild's name?
Jaden and the Super Friends.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Guild leader, my character called Jaden's my fave.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
That
you.
was a cute time in our lives.
That
Yeah, you
was
guys were
adorable.
real fucking gay.
What do you mean were?
I think it was just the right amount of gay.
We were known around school as the four boyfriends. I don't know if that's the right amount of gay.
Wait, is that legit?
Yeah, it was the three of us and Jesse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was Nuha.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Shout
yeah.
out to Shirley again.
Good old Shirley. I'll drink to Shirley. Good old Shirley.
But yeah, no, so for 70... So when does it actually come out? November 17th?
I feel like I'm not about the beta. I feel like I'm just
November
not about
12th.
betas in general.
I'm going to play the
Yeah.
beta. I want to get my hands on that shit.
Everybody
as soon as
loves
I can.
betas. I just don't like them. I don't know why.
I like a closed beta because it's clearly they're not just trying to be like, this is a game, it's not finished yet, and you can play it early, blah 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 blah. But like, Fallout 76 absolutely needs one because every Bethesda game released has a metric fuck ton of bugs. And this one's online.
Yeah.
No, like they're gonna. This game, like the first week, the first month, is gonna suck. I'm gonna find every bug under the planet, and I know.
Are you going to submit a bug report?
No, because I'm not an nerd.
Wait,
Not
you
there
can
to help
submit
them.
bug reports?
No, I
You
don't
need to be a
mind, like,
special kind of person to submit bug reports.
I've done it once, and it was only because the game pissed me off because I
Yeah.
bought Quake, and it was when Quake Champions.
Champions.
Yeah, and I just got my second monitor, and they purposely made it so you couldn't just like scroll. I know a lot of games do it, but you couldn't just scroll your mouse over like from one monitor to the other. It was stuck on the one you're playing Quake unless you alt tabbed it.
Like League.
Yeah, a lot of
Call of
games.
Duty.
Yeah.
Like
But it
Call
just
of Duty?
shit me to tears because I just bought this second monitor. So I sent this like bug report into them, just like some fucking idiot made it so that I couldn't couldn't swap my mouse over. What a fucking idiot! And just sent it.
They just send,
Never heard back.
they send it back.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
I feel like
if
that's
they
some
fixed the
constructive criticism they should have responded
Yeah.
to.
By, dear sir,
Hey.
you are the fucking idiot. This was deliberate.
Thanks.
But
Yeah.
like, as someone that works in IT, I get that shit.
Fair enough.
I don't mind like an open beta, like that doesn't require you to fucking like pre-order or anything like that. Like that's what sort of annoys me. Is like, oh, you play the beta, but you have to pre-order the game. It's like, I don't mind a beta as like a good way to see. Like I did it with
Yeah.
Call of Duty. I was like, I know this looks really good. I haven't played a Call of Duty game in fucking 8 years. I'm probably not going to play it. And then I played the open beta and was like, well, I'm going to pre-order a Call of Duty
Actually,
game.
you're right.
And then
Playing
all
that
we've been
beta
doing for
sold
the
me on
past-
that game.
Same thing with Overwatch. Like, not that, I mean, Overwatch was Overwatch, but like, I played the beta before it came out and I was like, well, this is my next 3 years of life.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I didn't have anything to go off.
I think the last beta that I played was the Battlefront 2 one, and then I didn't buy the game.
Good choice.
I also played the beta for that, and I got very angry.
Yeah, me too.
That was the first game. This is actually funny. I was thinking about it the other day. That was the first game I played going back to first-person shooters on a console. I played that on my Xbox, and it was one of those things where I played console my entire life. Only when I was 22, I built a computer. And I was like, oh, that's going to be like riding a bike. Like, I'll never lose that skill. And I remember playing that beta with two of my friends. I was like, oh my god, I can't play with a controller anymore. I could not. And I was just getting so angry. And it was fucking... the game was shit anyway. And I was just getting so angry. And yeah, that was when I realized I cannot play first-person shooters on a controller anymore.
Even from me going from playing Black Ops for a week and then going back to the Hollow Knight speedrun back on a controller, I was like, what the fuck? How do I jump? Yeah. It's so weird.
My thumbs weren't built for this. Yeah. I don't know.
My thumbs were so sore. They're still sore. I haven't played in 2 days.
Were we all console gamers before PC gamers?
Yep.
Oh yeah. I played.
I think it's pretty weird if you grew up being a PC gamer. Like you must have had a dad or an older brother or a mum, whatever, to get you into PC game or to already be a PC gamer.
It was actually my grandma that showed me 1.6. Yeah, it's 1.9.
I didn't
mad flip shot. Now I played. I had my first console was Nintendo 64. I had Nintendo 64 and I had a Game Boy Advance. So I always played console, but I always played games on computers, but they were only ever RTS.
Oh
yeah. I always played Age of Empires when I was a kid. I played Age of Empires 1,
RTS and putt-putt.
Putt-putt saves the zoo. I'm going to learn that speed run.
Oh, yeah.
I'd watch it.
Freddy Fish.
But, yeah.
Oh.
And Pajama Sam.
Sam.
Whoever that company is, thank you. Thank you for the childhood.
And Spy Fox.
Spy Fox. I don't know that one.
I don't remember that.
Minesweeper.
Minesweeper. Arcade 3D pinball.
Oh!
It's 3D Space Cadet pinball.
Space Cadet pinball.
That's what it is.
It's 3D sneaky
That's the only
pinball.
That's the only video game I've ever seen my dad play.
he drank like 30 beers and played some pinball.
My dad played Adventure Quest for a while.
It's because it's 2 buttons on the keyboard.
Yeah.
What do you say?
My dad played Adventure Quest for a while.
Okay.
I was really playing it.
Let's talk about Adventure Quest and Dragon Fable.
No, it's not.
Alright, I started Dragon Fable when I was in grade 5. One of the grade 6 boys showed it to me.
Ooh.
And I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I was so bad at it. My first character's name was Dark Mage. And he was a mage.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hold on. I didn't process that.
He had dark purple robes.
Oh. I get why you're calling him Dark Mage now. It's all coming together.
My second character, a warrior named
Dark Warrior.
No.
Light Warrior.
He also wore purple. His name was Purple Nurple.
Original Earth.
What has been, a question to all of you, your worst username online ever?
Zero Force. No, I like it, but I absolutely made it when I was 11.
Yeah.
And I am no longer 11, and I would really like...
Hold up.
Wait, really? I thought it was actually to do with Zero, the character. Is it not?
What's Zero the character?
From Borderlands.
He just knew
I've never played any of them.
Like, association with the Jedi or the Sith.
I just thought the name Zero was low. I just did the classic, Dragon Warrior. I was like, I like the name Zero. I would like people to refer to me as Zero when I'm playing games. And then I just thought of a word.
And I'm very
Force.
Here we are today.
Just watched the prequel, had Hard Dick Zero.
Well, you rated that guy the other day, and I was just like, hey man, cool watching speedruns. And he's just like, hey, Cribe, I feel sort of mean calling you that. I was like, oh, have I picked the wrong name? People feel like they're offending me. No, the worst thing I've ever had, I had an email address that was real skater, but it was real.sk.8 EER, so it was skater. SK8ER, so it was like skate-ater. Real skater.
That is was that like your old MSN one?
Yeah.
That's so funny because I'm fairly sure that I remember you telling me that, and I went home and made my first MSN, and my first MSN is Skaterpunk 52.
Yeah!
We've played games and had to add you with that before.
That's my World of Warcraft account.
Yeah,
that's how old that account is. It's still under that.
Gatorpunk 52.
My worst username that I've ever had was when RuneScape brought out display names. So you could have your account name, but then every month or something you could change your display name. And I was in year 8.
I want to preface this with I was in year 8.
I was in year 8.
2009-ish.
Yeah. So I was 13 and I had just gotten into Escape the Fate.
Dark time for us.
So, but I think I'd only just gotten an Xbox 360, but we didn't have the internet for it, and I didn't play COD with anyone.
Yeah.
And that was like in that era when everyone had like all the real gamer names.
XX69.
Mine.
Smoke Lord 420.
Yeah. Mine. X No Sympathy X.
Oh,
And you weren't even playing with anyone.
No, I wasn't.
That's dreadful.
But like every letter that could be a number was.
Hey, I've been there.
that's so good.
Yikes. I haven't really had any bad usernames. Actually, no, I totally have. Oh no, I just remember this. I think I was also in year 8. Maybe I was in year 9.
So it's worse.
Yeah. No, I was in year 8. Yeah, I was in year 8.
Then that's
And
acceptable.
so similar to Jake, I'd just gotten into a band, but this one was a day to remember.
Oh,
And it was a J to remember.
oh.
That's sort of funny though. I like that.
Oh, that's
okay.
not funny.
Going back to the email thing, my first ever email was funk 3y_Jades. Let's not.
Funky
But my sister did make that for me when I was in grade 2. So.
Bro, my sister made my first email too. It was just loopty1@hotmail.com.
Loopty.
Yeah,
Why
LOOPTY.
Okay, so we should
Why?
start emailing from our sister made
Yeah,
email. That's the
messaging-
only way we should communicate
messaging
from now on.
Besides the 2 group chats.
No,
No, we're just not going to talk.
I'm never gonna. I'll talk to them. We'll just never
I'm
address
going to
each
block
other.
him on Facebook. I'm going to block him on Twitch. I'm going to block him on Instagram. Everywhere.
Just slide in.
I'm the manager. I think I can block you from Twitch.
You can fire me.
I can try and fire you.
We'll
You
just get a new
can.
streamer.
Naga. It's your turn to step up.
It's just like, hey everyone, welcome to the stream. Fuck you all. By the way.
Is George here? No? Oh, we can get fucked.
Good shit. Well, my worst ever username was... Did you ever hear of a game called Tribal Wars? I'm pretty sure I've told this
Tribal
story
Wars.
like 9,000 times.
Tribal Wars?
Tribal Wars, yeah.
I don't think so.
It was like a browser game in like real time sort of, you know, Clash of Clans style
Yep.
games.
Yeah.
It was like that, except for you have your village and your town hall, and you build like you mine stone and clay and wood, and you build walls and armies and shit. And it took like 18 hours to like dig some stone or something. So something you check like every once a day or some shit like that. My username was dragonflamecrystalman. No spaces.
Any capitals or just one?
One big fucking string of text.
That's awesome.
How awesome.
Crystal Man.
It's like
I'm just picturing you
It gets
now
funnier the more you say
streaming, but that's your name.
Can
Like,
I
hey
change
guys,
it?
it's me,
Okay.
Dragon
April
Stream
Fool's
Crystal.
joke.
But now, that would never fit in anything.
Yeah.
Like, that's way too many
It's way
characters.
too-
Yeah,
know
it's like
one-
16.
I know one
no
thing
more.
it can fit
Typically
in.
12.
Spitballing an idea here.
Alright.
We name each episode of the podcast, and this episode
Oh,
is called
yeah.
Dragon Flame Crystal Man.
Yes, I'm into it. It's like podcast 2, Dragon Flame Crystal Man. That's a
Podcast
great
1.
idea.
Good fucking start.
This is podcast 1.
It's also one of those names where it's so long that you start to like lose track of where the words end. Like you'd be like drag oncre like you're like where the words start, man. Fuck.
No capitals. Just
No capitals.
not
No,
even at the start.
He ain't got time to hit shift. He's fucking mining stone for 18 hours straight. This man doesn't have
He's
time.
Crystal Man.
Crystal Man.
Oh, classic.
I actually kind
Holy
of started to
shit.
like it a little bit though.
Yeah, the more you say it, it's starting to grow
It
on me,
rolls off
man.
the tongue.
How
it really
cool is
does.
like dragon flame? Like imagine that burning like some sand or something, making a crystal man. Like, that's pretty fucking sick.
It's also one of those names that like you hear it first and it makes you laugh, and then the more like the less irony it has, the better it sounds.
But how old were you when that happened?
Oh fuck, can't like 11 maybe.
That would have been the sickest.
Oh yeah,
Dude, yeah, that would have gotten you your first girlfriend, no doubt.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's like, hey, how you doing? I'm playing Tribal Wars. I'm Dragonflamecrystalman. You probably heard of me.
You can line up over there for me.
You finna catch the crystal flame.
Remember, what was that monster truck game? Monster truck race rally or something?
What was it on?
Monster Trucks it was called.
I don't think
What was it on?
I've ever played a monster truck game.
I don't know. My primary
never
school
lived.
computers all had it, and we had like a computer room, and there was like, I don't know, maybe like 12, 14 computers.
Did you race around planets?
No.
Oh, I have no idea.
That sounds
That's
weird.
way
That's really cool. It was like Monster Truck Rally or something, and my friend and I, we went around on like every computer over the course of like weeks, whenever we had like a computer class or whatever, and broke the record and put the name as Blue Thunder.
Hell yeah! When I used to play basketball in year 8, I would call myself a White Lightning.
White
That was
Lightning.
pretty dope.
What's the name of fucking moonshine? White Lightning.
I did drink a lot of moonshine before I played. So. There we go.
In year 8.
That's
fucking
that's why
moonshine.
you were just drunk on the side. Like, oh, White Lightning's here again.
Yeah, I thought I was hitting so many layups and 3-pointers, but in reality I was just throwing
just
up on the
lying
side of the court.
That's VC.
Absolutely hallucinating.
Like Toilet Tyson.
Oh, let's bring back Toilet Tyson.
Someone explain.
There was a series of drinking experiences in my life where I would just fall asleep with my head in the toilet, and it only happened like 4 times.
And only the key time where it got famous, for lack of better words, is when Nuha and I took a bunch of selfies with you.
Yeah, and I'm just asleep
Asleep
with my head just drooling on the
toilet bowl.
toilet.
Do we have any of those selfies?
Oh,
I can
there's
probably do. I can
somewhere.
probably
You
find-
posted
Send me-
one.
send me the
One of you
most
posted
flattering.
them on. It must have been Nuha. Posted it on like my not last birthday before maybe.
Giddy up.
Send me the most flattering one.
We'll find them. Yeah, we will.
We'll make it the thumbnail.
My favourite Tyson photo is...
No.
Actually, I've got a really.
No, not the one that's the profile picture.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah.
You're in your underwear.
Ah, I know.
So
Man, I got some dumb photos.
Yeah. So he was in his underwear and he was on the bed. But he had the... I remember this.
It was so fucking.
Oh, I forgot. I'm so sorry.
And he had a cushion perfectly positioned so that it like, and it was.
How's the background?
Oh yeah, and it was covering.
This is
like
a good day.
Yeah, that was good. I wasn't there for that. That was before me.
I've got to show that now.
Yeah, that was like the end of year 11.
That's the thumbnail.
Just cut it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
That's
cut
the
it onto
thumbnail
like
of this
this
video.
like.
I'll cut the boom and
No, you like put it on the like.
You
like,
can
we
see
need, like, a
the
little
photo we
green
just
screen
passed
space.
around. Here.
Yeah.
Oh, please do it.
We know how to.
I will. It's easy.
We know how to edit videos and add annotations.
Just
Well,
cuts. We're all
annotations don't
wearing
exist
different
anymore.
shirts.
Don't really.
No, they got rid of it, and now you just do end slates. And
Yeah.
you have the
Yeah.
little.
They
id
almost
at
got
the top.
rid of YouTube in general.
I mean,
Did you
it
hear about
it
that?
went down
It was for an hour.
today,
It was
yeah.
for an hour.
Did you hear
2
about
hours.
But anyway,
Global.
so this cushion was
What-
covering
wait,
Tyson.
hang on. Oh yes, Toilet Tyson. That's where
Yeah.
we're at.
No, this is a different.
This
photo.
is just our favourite photo.
This is his
of time.
This
favourite
is
photo.
not actually naked Tyson.
But
It looked like he was naked, and it was a very good photo. And he had just the right amount of this one.
And we'll also put it here.
I don't know where that photo.
You
is.
have to
I know
remember
you
to
two
send it.
have it.
I can find it.
We've got
Yeah.
it. We've got
You
it.
have to send me to them. Send me to them. Send them to me, or
My-
else.
My favourite Tyson photo is I'm pretty sure it doesn't exist anymore, so you can thank your lucky stars on that. We were at a Baron Gath, and I went through.
It exists.
I went through. I went through
I
a
have it.
spate of time in my young life where I didn't want to drink beers. I didn't want to drink bourbon.
Yeah. this
So I
is-
just bring a slab of cruisers to everybody. They made me feel pretty. Let's not. So
Those are wine coolers for you
Yeah.
American folks.
So,
But
Wally
weaker.
water, yeah. So basically, Tyson, I don't know how it happened. I can't remember,
It
but
was Olivia's.
he got into a dress. And
I've seen this photo.
there's a
Yeah.
photo. Imagine this is the cruiser of Tyson wearing a dress. It was a short dress. It was a nice dress. He looks great. And just doing these ones. It was
Just like,
it was beautiful. It was beautiful, and that's my favorite Tyson photo.
Ty's fucking hating life right now. He's like, fuck this. There's gonna be
my favorite
so...
photo of me is my profile picture.
And you can see that.
But my
Just
favorite,
flash it like real quick, like.
but my favorite profile picture of yours is the two Tysons.
That's a
I
great
love
photo.
two Tys.
And a good story.
Yeah,
We'll
it took
show
us
that one
an
here.
hour. It took us an hour and a half to do. So okay, so there's this app where
There was. Probably.
it was. It might still exist. There's an app where like you sit your phone like in one position, and it'll take one side of the photo, and then the other side once you click the photo, like take the photo again. So like I'm standing there, and I was like, "Oh, you-ing me."
So there's
So I
two
like-
Tysons in
but
the
it
I've
took-
seen the photo. Yeah.
It took us so long to set up because we didn't have we didn't have tripods or anything, so we just like taped my mate's phone down while having it up enough that we could press the button, and that just took us 2 hours to do.
Wow.
And
Your
that's
ingenuity amazes me.
it was not worth it.
It was totally
Everyone loved the photo. I was like, I think this is dumb, but
Yeah, it's
But
so
we're still
wet.
talking about it 5 years later.
yeah, you're
Right,
right.
it created that much of a ripple in our lives.
Yeah.
We will remember it.
Butterfly effect.
It's gonna be my first tattoo.
Yes! A massive back piece.
Like the Steve-O back piece, but just two
Yeah,
sides.
it's just me.
No, I'm getting one Tyson on each
Ooh,
thigh.
yeah.
Ooh, that's sexy.
Smart.
That's good shit.
And they're gonna point.
At your dick.
No, that's not true to the original, is it?
Unless you get one kind of here, and then the other one on your dick.
That is a shout. Will you do it though?
Oi, though,
200
dick
followers.
tattoos would hurt so much.
Oh.
It's like, have you? I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but I was walking
I
around.
don't often look into dick tattoos.
Different topic. Okay, hold the fuck up.
It would hurt.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen this or whatever, but it's a thing. I was walking around a tattoo convention once, and I saw a dude who had tattooed the whites of his eyes.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
seen
yeah.
that. I've seen that.
Can we fucking not?
That's prone to like infection and shit.
That is.
Yeah, there's
Imagine.
There's a woman that went blind from doing that like last year.
There is
I like
nothing. There is
leaked
nothing
out.
worse than I could imagine than having to keep your eye open while a needle
no,
gets
they do it
drilled
with
into
like a syringe. They just like
No,
even worse.
that's even
I know.
worse.
Yeah, it's just like a one.
It's like a one thing. Yeah,
It's like I think it's two, one on each side,
dude.
but it's fucked.
I only just learned recently, maybe in the last 2 years, that if you put a needle in someone's eye, it doesn't pop like a water balloon.
Yeah, it doesn't at all.
Oh, did you really think that?
That makes me
Did
feel.
you really think
Yeah,
that?
like
Yeah.
I thought if you like cut your eyeball, it would sort of just like leak
Deflate.
out.
Oh.
Yeah, because
Nah.
apparently it's like to
It's
have
solid.
like laser eye surgery, you have to have.
Yeah,
I know this is a
it's
weird thing,
so
but
bad.
you like laser eye surgery. You get it if there's something wrong with the lens in your eye. So the laser blasts away the lens you have, and then they have to surgically cut one in, put it in, and then sew it up.
They cut it. They cut it with a scalpel.
Yeah.
Dylan had it. Dylan had
I
it,
think-
and you're awake for it. They literally put like fucking. They put like fucking. What's that movie? Clockwork Orange your eyes open.
Oh, yeah,
And they put these
damn, I
eye
knew
drops
that.
in that just like relax your eyes so that you can barely keep them open. And they they slice your eye, and they get little things, and they peel it upwards, and then they laser inside that, and they burn away all the shit that like fucks up your eyes. And then they back down, and they say,
I'm pretty sure
"Put
they
some
do it
buttons."
like differently now because I was watching
There's-
a video about laser eye surgery like maybe 2 months ago or something. What they did was they did the exact same process like you said, but they got laser and they cut away
Yeah,
the
you-
circle and then they put a lens in and then reattached or
Crazy
sewed
shit.
over the shit. So it's just like
Isn't that what I just said
permanent
word for
glasses.
word?
You can do
Is
it.
it?
You
Yeah.
can.
Was
do
I
it.
not listening?
That's
I-
what I
I-
said word for word.
I thought you said they're like lasered inside your
I
eye.
assume that would be
No,
a
they
different
lasered,
thing.
blast the lens away, and then they cut your eye open.
blast the lens away.
Because you've already got a lens
Yeah,
in
with
your
a
eye.
laser.
The laser destroys the lens. That's the whole point
Oh,
of it.
true.
I'm fairly sure.
Oh, maybe
It might
I
be-
Or
didn't
that might be an old.
It
way
might
of
be
doing
for
it.
Maybe I
different
just
shit.
misunderstood.
Dylan had this done like last year, and that's
Oh,
what
okay.
I did.
Oh, well, I don't know.
I just
So
misunderstood.
me-
I think there's more than one type of laser eye surgery.
Yeah.
And they're all disgusting.
Yeah, I don't want any of them done.
So Tyson Cry and myself have been, I need to get away from this. We've been playing Black Ops 4 for the past.
This is done.
Yeah.
My eyes are starting to hurt.
I will wear glasses forever before I have fun.
Look,
We
I haven't
played-
played Black Ops 4. I don't own Black Ops 4. Everything I've seen about Black Ops 4 looks fucking mint.
It's,
Yeah,
it's unreal.
It is so much fun,
It's so
and it's
good.
so good purely because it's split into 3 sections, and I think I would pay full price for each of those individually, but they're all in one.
There's
like-
a lot of content.
Yeah, like
There's
the
a lot of
Blackout
content.
is I don't care what anyone says, it's the best, most like clean cut, finished battle royale that has come out.
It's a AAA battle royale.
It's the first triple A battle royale, and it's just so
It's
good.
Straight up.
It is
Multiplayer
everything.
is just COD multiplayer, always fun.
Does need a little bit of balance.
They also got rid of all the old shit, wall running and fucking boost jumping. It's
Yeah.
very grounded. It's very Call
Yeah,
of Duty.
it's a lot more classic Call of Duty, but the weapons and like ultimate abilities might be a little bit more futuristic. But it seems like as if they've gone back like 10 years from the last one. But there's no story, so that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't matter anyway. And then Zombies is the most fun I've had playing Zombies ever.
Zombies is the
Wait,
best zombies.
Sorry. Did you say there was a story?
No,
No,
there's
no,
not.
it's-
Okay,
So-
that's what I was confused about because I heard there was no story.
No.
but-
So
Yeah, there's
they've
not.
kind of done something in that. There's a single player aspect. So in multiplayer, you create your class, blah blah blah, but you actually choose to play as what they call a specialist, and each specialist is a different design.
Right.
So an actual person you play as.
Yeah.
So like there's Battery is some like punk chick, with like tattoos and stuff, and Cry plays Firebreak, a fucking Russian guy who like is dressed up in like
I get
fire
this.
body.
It's like a
suit.
class.
This is like
in, like,
Black Ops
Overwatch.
3 stuff.
Yeah,
It's
it's
exactly-
the exact
it's
same
some
thing
of
as
them.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
some of that, and some new ones, I believe. So the single player aspect of that is you can play the backstories of those specialists.
Okay.
I haven't done it yet. Have you guys done it?
I loaded
done
into
them.
it and the video started playing and we were getting ready to launch, so I was just like, I'm not going to go into this now, but I do intend on going
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm the same.
one day I'll
So
sit down and do it
There's
all.
a little bit, but it's not.
Yeah,
like
it's
a
not
big
a
focus.
story.
There's not a fucking.
But if you played
start.
like 100 hours of the multiplayer and you've had this one fucking Firebreak Russian dude talking in your ear, it'd probably be cool to go back and play his whole story and see that like, oh
See if
fuck, he
anyone
accidentally
did.
burnt his whole family to
Yeah.
death.
Why does
Like,
this guy
wow.
carry a nuclear reactor core with him?
Yeah.
I wonder if anyone has had SPF like that.
I'm sure his son didn't. I haven't read the story, but I'm tipping.
He doesn't
Russian
talk
guys-
about a son. So.
Russian guys always end up killing their sons.
Yeah, no, it's phenomenal. Like, it's literally, tonight's the first night since it launched that I haven't played it, and I was saying to you guys before, like, I'm literally starting to get antsy. We've
Yeah.
taken so long to get ready to, like, start recording the podcast. I was planning on going from here straight to my girlfriend's. She texted me before saying, it's really late, I'm just going to go to bed, and now I'm like, I can play Black Ops. I don't know if you guys are doing anything when we go. I will be playing
no
tonight.
internet.
You might when we get home.
Fucking hope so.
It is, yeah, it's phenomenal. It's just so good.
I'll play some multiplayer.
Yeah, like I said, like multiplayer, and I got it and I actually was like, got it for Blackout, to be honest. I'm a big Battle Royale fan. It's really good. There's, again, probably some balancing stuff. Armor needs some work, and there is some stuff that needs to be looked at. It is everything PUBG has tried to become. It is that just on release. So flawless. Yeah, multiplayer, which is one I was like, I'm probably going to play this the least. I was homesick the other day and literally played it for like 8 hours. And then Zombies, I never really played. I played some of the older Zombies, like the sort of really early on ones. But
World
I
of
haven't
War
played
and-
Call of Duty in fucking years. So all the newer ones I've never played. But this one's so good.
It's
Yeah.
so
It's
they're really cool ideas for zombies.
Yeah.
Instead of like
The Colosseum.
I haven't really
Nice.
played
Sick.
a zombies properly in a while, but as far as I know, they don't have full on. Sorry, that's a lie. I did play the World War II zombies a little bit, and that was kind of going in the direction of what these are doing. But they're full on stories with characters and things that you need to work out, and everyone
Puzzles
has a backstory
and-
and puzzles and stuff like that.
I think the last one was like that, wasn't it?
World War II
They've
was a
all
little bit like
they've
that,
all
yeah.
had aspects of that, but they're a lot like up until like I'd probably say Black Ops 3. All the games before that had zombies, it was just like you go. There's pack a punch over there, go.
See how long you can survive.
Yeah.
yeah.
And if you want, there are Easter eggs hidden around the map that will literally take you years to find because it's taken people years to find some that they're still in Black Ops 1. that will explain the actual story of why the zombies are here and what's actually going on with that. But it's super. It was always very like you can do it, but it's like over here. It doesn't really matter. But these ones are like, all right,
story driven.
Yeah, these ones are almost story driven in a way.
Because it's about the girl and her three, like there's 4 party members you play at. It's like this girl and these 3 guys. And it's like to do with the girl I was reading. It's like to do with her and this like ragtag group of mercenaries who keep getting themselves stuck in different periods of time. They're trying to get to like some end point. And that's why you're like the 2, there's 3 maps, isn't there? We've only played the 2.
There's 4.
I don't know if...
4. I don't think the other ones are that fleshed out though. I think the other one's a little more classic, isn't
Which one?
The one we haven't played.
I
No
haven't
idea.
I don't know. But anyway, the 2 of them that we have played, one is literally the Colosseum. You're like, Colosseum-esque. You like walk out and it's literally like a crowd of people roaring and it's bright sunlight and the zombies are like spilling over the fucking fence. And then the second one is like, oh, you're on the Titanic. We just hit an iceberg. Also zombies.
Yeah.
Like,
And you
so
literally, you get to explore the entire Titanic. It's a massive map.
It's massive.
And
It's so hard,
we've
though.
played that one probably almost more. We've played it for longer, I would say.
I've played 9 more, but that's because I've done like some solo stuff with that, just so I knew the map.
And like we'd run around there and just figuring everything out is just so much fun. And like trying to find all of the map's intricacies and stuff like that. Like the other day, I think last night when we were playing, I was just running around the map and randomly I would just find parts for a weapon you guys were saying or something like that I had no idea what it did. So it was just, for 2-3 rounds, I was just running around trying to find these different parts and like quirky parts of the map. It's very, very fun.
Did you guys play Black Ops 3 Zombies?
Yeah, I played a little bit of it.
So that's all shit that was like in Black Ops 3 Zombies. There was a lot of Easter eggs or things that you could build, like a shield, or there was
The shield's back. That's
certain
what we're talking about.
weapons and stuff. But are these buildable items something that contribute to like, say you build this item and you can use it on this part of the map to unlock something else, or is it like
we haven't built an item yet?
I've built the shield on the other map, the Colosseum map, and I don't know, like I don't remember building it on Black Ops 3, but this one is like it's like a full shield and it's called like a bull bulwark or something, and it's sort of like that, but it also comes with a sword, so you're not really doing that. You're swinging and
you can also plug the sword into the shield.
yeah, you can plug and it like shoots a thing, but it's weird. It like will automatically shoot 30 of the ammo if you click it once.
right? Okay.
And then once it's out, you have to go back to the table and get some more.
Can you reload cancel it?
No.
Okay, so just
It's just you're like, but when I was using it, I was up to round 35, and it seemed like one of those bullets was still insta killing.
Oh, okay.
And like the zombies, but there are newer, bigger champion zombies in this one as well, which they've sort of been in the other ones as well.
Oh,
but they're a lot more prominent in the new zombies. Like you get to round 20 and it's like half the zombies are champion zombies.
That fucking
just keeps going.
four-legged.
Then there's another monster.
They're fucked. They're fucked.
Oh, okay. So, sorry, just on these champion zombies, are they just like zombies that are more tough?
They're
Like,
sort
do
of
they have,
bigger.
like,
They've
special
got
ability?
Giant zombies.
They've got weapons. They've sometimes got armor,
Okay.
or they'll like jump at you. They've got special
On
an
9
ability to jump at you.
On 9, there's one of the champion zombies can actually throw axes at
Yeah.
you. So
Did you say
ranged
9?
as well?
It's called
It's
Nine.
called
Is that
9.
5 revisited? Is it the one where you're in the White House?
No,
you're-
that's the Colosseum now.
Oh, that's Colosseum. I
Yeah.
watched Phoenix play a little bit of that, so I have like a tiny bit of knowledge.
Yeah.
And you were talking about the boss zombie, the big dude.
Yeah, so we've encountered it twice. I want to say
They actually spawn all the time. Once I got higher onto 9, it was like as you go through it, like almost challenges in 9 where you cut the banner. I eventually got to one that was like stop 3 catalyst transformations. I was like, what the fuck is that? But the big gross zombies that appear transform from a normal zombie. And if you see them doing that, you have to try and quickly kill them, or you then just have to deal with this zombie that takes 100 times the damage and can like pull you into him with its tongue and then won't let you go until you've done a certain amount of damage.
They actually look scary as fuck.
They're
I actually
terrifying.
caught the transformation when we were filming yesterday.
Yeah.
It happened right in front of me. I saw one of the zombies like start to like twitch, and I was like, "The hell?"
Yeah,
and then
it's
it like
like
literally
legs,
like
just like-
it like opened up from like the chest and the mouth, and it was like, and it just like started to grow up, and I was like, "Ah!"
They're actually like we were playing last
they're
night,
freaky
and
looking.
one spawned, and we were literally just screaming and just running around being like, we need to kill this thing. We need to kill it right now.
Yeah, or
what are we going to do?
We had one part when we were playing last night when these guys went down and I couldn't get them up and they were like, you just have to survive the round, like, and we'll just res. And I was like, all right, cool, we can do that. And I ran like down and I went to this little basement area where it was like a really thin lane, so the zombies were literally all lining up, and I was literally just gunning like down a line, and it was so satisfying. And then I just see this like just like crash, like run around the corner, and one of these huge like four-legged thing starts like coming down the corridor.
We're all just screaming because we're both dead, just watching him.
And I was like, holy fuck! Literally, so I'm shooting the gun, and I had a pack-a-punch like Maddox, like a pack-a-punch like AK. And my second weapon, I hadn't even bought a new gun, so I still had the shitty, like, pistol. And I'm, like, shooting down the line, and literally, like, I hit the last zombie, gun runs out of ammo, it auto-changes to the pistol, and that's when the thing, like, comes around the corner, and I was like, I don't think I can kill it. And then there was one more zombie, like, coming towards us, and these guys were like, no, just kill her, and the round's over, like, the thing will carry over. So I was literally just, like, pistoling this thing, like, running backwards, like, just, like, trying not to let this fucking thing get me. Oh, it was so crazy.
Yeah,
So...
it has a lot of good moments. It has, like, a lot of good opportunities for a lot of good moments.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
And you know, that's 2 out of 4 maps we've been playing.
Yeah, I haven't even touched the third one, and there's a fourth one you get if you buy the battle pass, which I still haven't bought, but I will this week.
Do you know what they're called? The other 2 maps?
No.
The Titanic map is the Voyage of Despair.
Yeah.
What are the 2 that you don't have?
I have no clue. I haven't
The
looked
battle
at
pass one's called Classified.
That's
that
probably
right?
5.
Or maybe
No.
it's classified.
it. It's
because
classified
you
because you haven't bought it.
No, I'm
No,
pretty sure
we
it's
bought
actually
it.
called Classified.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I haven't looked into it.
It just seems like I feel like every Black Ops game ever, when something's not unlocked, it's called classified.
Yeah.
I can look it up.
Yeah, I was.
I'll get back to you
I was
guys
watching
on that.
some dude playing zombies, and I noticed that he was on the map 5. Maybe that's what classified is.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember 5 from Black Ops 1? It was when
So
you're in the White House, yeah, and you
can
play.
stand on the desk. You can like cheese it, and you could get to like around 100,
yeah.
and they'd all just like come to you. And
If you turn on the teddy bears, it plays Eminem, and you can like teleport into a room, and it had the fucking freeze gun.
Yeah, that's
Like
right.
that was
Yeah,
sick. As soon as I saw whoever the fuck I was watching, it was front page of Twitch playing that. I was like, cool. I need this game.
I'm so bad at zombies, but I just love it.
Yeah, it's funny. Even
I
no
can't
matter
remember
how
the last
shit you
time
are.
I've been past round 12 on any of them.
12 is still. Yeah, it's alright.
Okay, you tried to give it a compliment. You're like, nah.
Look, it's pretty good. It's better than 8.
Mhm.
But I mean, it's not as good as 20.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You're like middle of the road. I'd say you're a decent zombies player,
Nope.
but not.
So we've got 9, Voyage of Despair, Blood of the Dead, and Classified.
Blood of the Dead is Mob of the Dead, right? Just brought back.
It's I've heard a lot of people
I
say
can read
that
about it.
the maps,
Yep,
some
Mom
of the
and Dad.
maps are very recycled, which makes sense because there's heaps of old Black Ops 1 and 2 maps
Yeah,
in Black Ops 3 and
so-
4.
Blood of the Dead is Mob of the Dead, and Classified is 5.
Yeah. Fuck, man. I know my zombies. Like, I fucking love zombies. Ever since World
World
at
at War.
I was playing fucking,
Nazi
what was it,
and
Night of the
Totem.
Dead, and
Yeah.
Shino Numa, and fucking... I can't remember.
Shangri-La.
Shangri-La
That's
was
Black Ops 1.
Black Ops 2.
2.
I think.
I think
don't
I've
quote me on
only
that.
ever played Nocta Totem and
Is
Kino.
Dr. Totem the one where like you start off in that little bunker room and
Yep.
yeah,
It's
like
the
the
smallest
first
one,
the
yeah.
first ever one?
Zombies.
I've never even been upstairs in that one.
What? That was like the area. You just got in the corner and just
sat there for like
Was it? What was
I
the
told
one-
you I'm not good.
okay, fair.
Dude, all you had to do was get past round 2 and you could buy
Forehead,
the door.
yeah. All you have to do is just win forehead.
Did you know that you can knife for more points?
Yes.
You sure?
Did you,
Yeah.
know you could, did you know you could rebuild windows?
Yeah.
Did you know in the first round you can shoot them twice and then knife them for
Yep.
20 extra points?
Did
each
you know
kill?
that there's zombies in this? So what was the zombies map we had to bring zombies over? It was in Black Ops 3, but I'm pretty sure it was a map that was revisited. That you had to bring zombies to like a dragon head and feed that dragon head.
Oh, that was in number 3.
Was it the very first map they released with the bows and arrows? Was it like a winter themed map? You started in a room with a tram?
Not in no.
No, I don't think
The first one they
so.
released was
Dragon
the,
Head, sorry, I know this. Was there an anti-gravity room? Was it
I
the...
can't. All I remember really,
I really gotta pee.
is
I'm sorry.
Go.
Sorry. I've been holding
Oh, go for it,
the Tyson photo.
The Tyson photo right
Yeah,
there.
the entire time he's gone.
Tell me like the key things you remember about.
So what I remember about is there's a few dragon heads. There's not just one.
Yeah.
And they breathe fire. So you need to bring zombies over to them, and they need to breathe fire on those zombies, and then I'm pretty sure they eat them. Like the zombies float up to them or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds like I don't remember what the map is called, but it literally sounds like the first map from Black Ops 3.
Okay.
You would feed these dragons.
It was in Black Ops 3.
Zombies, and then it would spawn a bow, and you can pick up the bow, and then you have to do the bow is like part of the Easter egg. You pick up the bow, and then you can upgrade 4 different elements of this bow. One's like soul, one's like wind, fire, ice, shit like that, and then you can upgrade it again, and you teleport to this room, and all this fucking shit happens. But yeah, it was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know exactly the map you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, it was
Did anyone play World War II Zombies?
No.
So World War II Zombies was cool. You could actually become. It had a name. I'm just gonna call it the Beast. I'm pretty sure it wasn't the Beast. It might have been, but you could become this beast, and basically you transform it, and you could hook onto different like beast specific grapple points.
Okay. I've seen.
That's it's the casino type one. You're not in a casino, but it's like ragtag. See?
Yeah. It's like that. Yeah, that type of stuff. That was cool.
That was literally.
No, that wasn't. I don't think that was World War II.
That's Black Ops.
That was Black Ops 3.
That was the launch map.
Yeah.
But I never.
What was Black Ops? What was World War II?
World War II.
World War II was the one.
That was Infinity Ward or Sledgehammer, wasn't it?
No. Yeah. One of those. But the zombies for World War II was the one where you had to. I can't remember all of the things you had to do. But at one point, you had to escort this big red light thing across this track.
Right. No, I have no
that.
idea. When you say World War II, like which one are you talking about?
Call of Duty World War II.
There was no Call of Duty World War II, was there?
There was the one before. Was it?
No, I
World
really
War
don't
One,
think there was World War II.
The one that
I
came
think
out
there
before
was
Black Ops
1,
4.
2, 3.
It was like
Modern
the second newest one.
Warfare.
Yeah, World at War,
World
Modern
at
Warfare
War,
2,
Modern Warfare
Black
2,
Ops.
Black Ops.
Called World War II.
Modern Warfare 3,
Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 2.
World War II. It was the one that just came out before Black Ops 4.
Oh, you're right. I did have that game. I played it for 10 minutes and never played it again.
Yeah, the zombies in it was pretty good.
Yeah, I remember.
I'm gonna do the same thing.
Stuff about that zombies. Insert
No,
a picture of
insert
Jaden there.
picture-
Insert picture of
picture of
Tyson. Yeah, no. Well, now my zombies talk partner is gone. What are you guys talking about?
Well, I was
So how do you get past round 12?
What you gotta do?
Is kill the zombies.
No, but they kill me.
Well, you gotta kill them quicker.
It's an abstract
Oh,
concept. But maybe you become one of them. Actually,
But that's when the game ends.
that was a mode in Black Ops 2.
Yep.
3.
2.
It was on Transit.
Mm.
Did you like Transit?
Transit was fun.
It was alright. People gave it a lot of shit for the bus mechanic, but I was like, it's kind of cool. Just jump
Oh,
on the
I
bus.
did play that one.
It was just shit when you missed the bus. That was the only time.
Yeah,
it was
that
shit.
was-
Did you ever try and run through like the fog?
Yep.
And those little.
It wasn't actually too hard.
It wasn't, no. But
It
like,
was just you had to be quick, but
Oh.
like you just had to make sure you always had stamina.
and you had to know where you were going. Because
Yeah.
if you didn't know, you just run in circles.
Yeah.
But the light mechanic in that
What's this thing?
that one
gone.
where you could like,
Is it in the beer?
No, it's gone.
there was like these.
It went in the beer, it came out of the beer, and now it's gone.
Lamps,
I
these
hope it's
street
not
lamps, and you could
yeah.
spawn like a portal and
Dragon's
walk
Blood.
somewhere to a different.
They were
one.
weird. I never really understood how they worked too much because I only ever played it really on my own.
Yeah.
Because I never really had heaps of people to play it with. But what I saw people playing, that like it got to the point where it was just like they didn't need to worry about it. Like by the time I'd walk in on someone playing it, they were around like 45.
Yeah.
So they were just like, I'm just running laps and killing them in a line.
Them, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I feel I don't know. Well, you say this new zombies Black Ops 4 is fucking sick,
It's really cool.
and you've only played the 2 maps, and the 2
They
maps
are
you
the two
haven't played.
new maps.
The
though.
2 maps you haven't played are the recycled maps or the brought back maps.
Yeah.
And I can already tell you those 2 maps are fucking sick.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I think-
and like
that'll
they're
be
gonna
good
add
for
more.
me.
I feel like every time they bring out DLC with COD now, it will come with like 3 more multiplayer maps and a zombies map,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
which
3.
would be sick. Yeah.
3, 6, 9, 12, yeah.
That is some basic mathematics.
But yeah, no, I think it's great, and I actually think it's like did we even talk about it for Game of the Year? But
Because
I
it
don't
wasn't
know if
out.
it'll-
We didn't even think
don't know
about
if-
it.
don't know
Just
if it'll
like
win, but
I
it'll be up
really
there.
enjoy the game, and it's just not like it's not bringing anything new to COD. It is just a COD game.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it. I don't know.
It brings some new things. I purely don't think it'll win out of multiplayer balance.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Something new in me.
Yeah.
Brought me back to COD.
That was so wholesome.
That's beautiful, man.
And I'm pretty sure that's what the marketing team were going for. They're like, let's make a game that'll bring Crybaby Snow back.
Hey,
Famous Twitch streamer
Sponsor me.
Crybaby.
Twitch.tv/crybabysnow for the most wholesome content on the net.
Like, come on, you play bully, just like
I punched a girl in the last stream. Then I had to run because all the boys were chasing me. Get out of here, Jimmy Hopkins!
Dude, fucking Jimmy is so funny. I love watching you play bully.
What do
Bully's so
you
fun.
call your things? Like punching dicks?
Oh yeah.
Oh, kissing chicks, punching dicks or
kissing
something.
chicks
Yeah.
and punching dicks.
classic. I love that.
It's the day you punch the chick.
But now I punch the chick.
Kissing
That
dicks.
means
Interesting.
Oh, I couldn't believe in the last stream when I was fighting the guy in the basement and someone had graffitied Crybaby like in the game, like on the sewer, and I was like,
They shouted They shouted me out, dude.
Rockstar.
Dude, Rockstar
Send me-
and COD.
Send me Red Dead 2. Yeah,
You're pretty famous now.
Yeah.
Right, first Twitch, now this.
Dude, we're surrounded by famous Twitch streams.
We're going.
You're surrounded by famous Twitch.tv/sneakybrawn2
5 minutes.
5 followers.
There's
4 minutes.
there's a 5 minute and 30-second VOD on there that it's actually not. You can watch it.
Should watch.
Go to twitch.tv/XJooJee, skip to wherever the fuck my
No,
VOD
no,
is.
no, you can't because I was playing a song and the audio's muted.
Oh no.
No, like this is
Bad
my
man.
5 minute stream's dead forever. Then.
It's there. It's just inaudible.
Yeah, you can watch it and just
Perfect.
make the noises yourself.
You got rid of the worst
Pretend-
part.
So you can watch your Steam profile for 5 minutes.
But that was a killer
The
stream.
notifications at least pop up with the followers.
No, they
Oh,
didn't.
He didn't.
Someone.
No, it
at the
did.
Ship. Oh, did it?
Yeah, you had a little zombie.
Let's go,
Yeah,
dude.
default one.
Thank you, Streamlabs. Twitch ship followed on a different account. I can't remember exactly what I said, but I was like, "Who the fuck is?" Thanks for the follow, dude. Yeah, that was a killer 5 minutes and 34 seconds. Best of my life.
I reckon it's time to wrap up.
Yeah, we're coming up
Yeah.
on Jumanji o'clock.
Waiting the rock.
Oh, sorry, that was meant to be subtle. Rock movies.
Scorpion King.
Baywatch.
Tooth Fairy.
Oh.
WWE.
Tyler won. Alright, that was a conversation for
Tyler
Let's not go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you for watching the first episode of the podcast. Or the podcast, right?
Number one.
Yeah, the episode is again titled Dragonflamecrystalman.
Flame Crystal
I love
Man.
this idea.
So do I.
If you liked it, feel free to leave a comment. Tell us what you liked. Tell us what you didn't like. Help us improve our podcast. Make it something you guys want to watch. We will feature a comment every single week. So feel free to, join in the conversation. But other than that, thank you for watching. From all of us here at the podcast, we say goodbye and a big old fuck you to fucking...
Fuck you,
Naga.
Naga.
Yeah,
fuck you, Naga.
Cheers for the $5, cunt.
Alright, good job.
Yeah, cool.
Hell yeah.